Hey everyone, welcome back to the Pickleball HQ. Today, I have a sweet paddle to share with you. It's called the Nexus ProStar. As you already seen in the video, I played with it. I gave you some third shot drops, some drives, some dinks, some two-handed dinks. I tried to give you a full encompassing view of what this paddle can do. So I hope you enjoyed that. But now let's talk about more of this paddle. It's using a titanium midnight blue 3K carbon fiber weave. So let me just tell you what the good things are about titanium and why I know for a fact a lot of companies are going to start using this titanium. The things that I have personally noticed and the benefits that are said to be noticed are that the titanium is actually reinforcing other parts of the paddle to help with the sweet spot. So if you think about it, if you have something like stretched out or a piece of cloth that's stretched out, like carbon fiber, right? And then you infuse titanium in with the carbon fiber, that's going to help like reinforce parts of the carbon fiber. So that's exactly what's happening here. You're getting that extra reinforcement on spots that might be dead on a traditional paddle. Not only is that happening, but you're also getting foam injected into the honeycomb polypropylene core, which also means you're going to get a bigger sweet spot and better control, more consistency over the face of the paddle. So you're getting kind of like I would say like a double whammy of control and sweet spot when it comes to the ProStar. So those are two huge benefits that really set this paddle apart from literally almost any other paddle in the market. Next, I want to go into some of the stats and ratings of this paddle. I've given this paddle to about 30 people. When I say about, it's just give or take. It's just a rough number of how many people I think I've handed it to. It's been around. We'll just say it's been around. I have got everyone's feedback, and these are the numbers that people were telling me they feel when they use this paddle. First, let's go over the power. You're going to get about an 8.5 out of 10 on power. Now, depending if you're coming from a softer paddle versus you're coming from a power paddle, this number might be slightly different. If you're a softer paddle, you're going to say this paddle has higher power. If you're coming from a very power heavy paddle, you're going to say, okay, this definitely has less power. So it's very subjective, but overall, it was an 8.5 out of 10 for power. Pop. The pop is fantastic on this paddle. It is a 9 out of 10. You're going to get a very consistent pop throughout the entire paddle face because of that titanium and because of the foam that is infused with the polypropylene core. It's injected. So infused and injected. Next, let's go into the spin. You're going to get about 2,000 RPM off this paddle, and it's going to be a long-lasting spin. It's not just going to be like a regular carbon fiber paddle where they do wear out. That titanium helps reinforce the carbon fiber, so you're going to have a longer life expectancy with the titanium-infused carbon fiber. Next, control. The control is a 9 out of 10. Again, you're going to get consistency when it comes to this paddle. The control is so nice and so plush. There's really barely, you can't even feel it practically, like vibrations when you hit the ball. It just plays itself. The paddle is just so nice. Combining these two materials together, it just makes such a nice combination of just a nice smooth feeling paddle. And lastly, that kind of goes with the control, is the sweet spot. The sweet spot is a 10 out of 10. this was the biggest thing that was said when someone got this paddle. They were like, whoa, the sweet spot is absolutely insane on this. Like, how is it so big? And it's because there's foam inside the core and the titanium, obviously. So those are just two of the things that just really set this paddle apart. And I want to put a picture probably right here of what I feel like the sweet spot is. Now, when I say that, you're obviously going to generate more power if you hit around this area, right? Because when you're hitting a ball, you're going to have more like movement from here versus movement from right here. But don't get me wrong. If you hit an off-centered shot in this area, you're still going to get really nice pop back and power. It's incredible. So I'm just super thrilled and excited how this paddle performs. And lastly, let's just go to the price. This is a Gen 3 paddle, and the price after code HQ10, it comes out to be $153 with free shipping, plus it comes with this really nice faux leather case. Super nice. Not many companies give you a full leather case with their paddle. So just overall, my thoughts now on the paddle is very much in line with what the general consensus is. Me personally, I feel the power for me is around a 9, but I will say you're not going to get the power you're getting from like the Yola Gen 3s or the new mod. You're not going to get that type of power with this paddle. So if you're looking for that, you're not going to get it with this. But if you're looking for consistency off the paddle face, control, sweet spot, and in an elongated version of a paddle, then this is the paddle for you. Also, if you're coming from a Generation 1 paddle, this is 100% going to change how you play for the better. If you're coming from a Gen 2 paddle, this is still probably going to change your game for the better. Maybe not as much as coming from a Gen 1 all the way up to a Gen 3, but you're going to see a difference. It's a nice difference, and it feels really good. And really, if this paddle is for you, the third thing is if you just want a really cool paddle. This is literally the only paddle in the world using this midnight blue titanium carbon fiber face. And with the foam injected into the core. So if you want to go to the course and be like, yo, everyone's going to be like, hey, what paddle is that? Like, if you want people to start looking at you and be like, yo, what is that? Like, this is the paddle for you. So if you like to show off, then I would highly recommend this paddle. So I want to thank you all so much for watching. Please come back, check out my other videos. I'm going to try getting some other brands up here soon. Reached out to a few, so hopefully I can also review the 3 titanium carbon fiber paddles that are on the market, which is the bread and butter, and then also the Mosey pickleball paddle as well. So those two, and I'd love to maybe do a deep dive comparison of all 3 and kind of do like, hey, if you're looking for a titanium paddle, this one's number 1, this one's 2, this one's 3. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your night or day.